Hey, and welcome back to another video. It is your Lifestylist K, your secure woman mentor, and today we are turning our pain into power and transforming our life, what I like to call emotional alchemy. One thing about pain is that it's inevitable, right? Pain is going to happen, but suffering from pain is optional. The most powerful women aren't the ones who have never struggled, but they're the ones who turn their struggle into strength and their pain into power. Now, if you've been through things that have broken you, this is your reminder that nothing was wasted and your pain can become your greatest transformation. Let's dive in.
I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus.
And so, what is emotional alchemy? For you guys that don't know what alchemy is, it's an ancient practice of transformation. If you've ever heard of turning lead into gold, that's a form of alchemy. But we are talking about emotional alchemy. So, emotional alchemy is the ability to transform pain to purpose, turn setbacks into stepping stones, and to use emotion as a fuel and not as a prison. Now, why does pain hold power? See, first of all, we have to think of it as our pain is not being debilitating, but an opportunity to uplift us and propel us into the next level, next chapter of our life. Because what pain does is it wakes you up, it reveals to you what needs to be changed. It strips away illusion and it forces you to see reality clearly. I know there's been plenty of times where you can look back at a situation and realize how delusional you were about it, or just wasn't aware of what the heck was going on until it caused you an immense amount of pain. Pain holds power because it makes you stronger if you use it correctly. So, on the flip side of that, it can also make you weaker if you don't use it properly. And one thing I want you to understand is that your wounds can either keep you stuck or set you free. The choice is always yours. How do you go about turning your pain into power? What are the steps to that? So, number one, we want to fully feel our feelings. Fully feel them. Stop suppressing your emotions. That's what I mean by fully feeling them. Stop suppressing your emotions. You can't transform your pain if you're consistently pretending that it isn't existing. Allow yourself to feel instead of numbing the pain. Because if you know, like I know, and we've all seen it, when you begin to numb your pain, that numbness now becomes an addiction. When you could have just felt that pain all the way through to your power, but instead you've stopped the pain in its tracks temporarily because you're too afraid to go through the process of just feeling it out and turning that pain into something greater. One thing you need to do is cry. Cry if you need to. But one thing about crying, don't stay there, right? Cry it out, let those emotions flow, but don't stay in that sob story. Don't stay in that crying section. I'm a big believer in journaling. Journaling helps so much. Journal your emotions, get it out of you. If crying is not a thing for you, journal it, write it out. And one thing I want you to always ask yourself when you're going through the process of healing your pain is, what is this pain teaching me? There's always a lesson in the pain that you're feeling, the pain that you're going through. There's always a lesson. And you have to ask yourself the tough question, what is it teaching me? Because the only way that pain can become powerful is if you stop running from it. You can't run from the pain because it's in you. But when you face it head on, that's when you're able to really tap into your power. Why? Because you need the energy and the power that's within you to heal the pain that's in you. If you are running from yourself, you'll never get to the depths of who you truly can become. Number two is rewrite the story that you tell yourself, because most suffering comes from the story that we've attached to the pain. You can rewrite that story. Every day is an opportunity for you to shift, for you to change, for you to start anew journey, a new process. So, example of an old story: I was abandoned, so I must not be worthy. That's probably a lot of people's feeling or old story, right? That's their old story. But when you write a new story, your new story would be: I was abandoned, but that experience taught me self sufficiency. See how it shifted from you being unworthy to you being self sufficient? You were worthy enough to pick yourself up regardless of how somebody else mishandled you. And you saw yourself worthy enough to do the work and put in the work to elevate yourself, to elevate your mind, to shift your life. When it comes to pain and turning into power, you have to have a mindset shift. And instead of you asking yourself, why is this happening to me? Why me? You have to ask yourself, how can I grow from the experience that I am experiencing in this moment? How can I grow from the experience that I experienced as a child? How can I grow from this toxic relationship that I've experienced that attempted to break me so far down that it's been so hard for me to pick up the pieces? But I'm picking them up anyway because I deserve better than what I was getting. Because one thing to understand is that no, we can't change the past, but you can change what it means. If you stay on a positive aspect of what the past means, then you bring in more positive energy. Number three is channel your energy into growth. So instead of using the pain to overthink, use that pain as a catalyst to take action. We can wallow in our pain, allow it to keep us stuck instead of allowing it to excel us into a better life, into a new mindset. Use your pain to uplift you. One thing about pain, just like so many other things, pain is energy. So redirect that towards something that builds you up. It's so many options. Instead of just sitting in the pain, you allow the pain to excel you into greater, whatever that looks like. And number four, find the deeper lesson and integrate that lesson into your life. Every painful situation teaches us a lesson if you're willing to see the lesson. Some questions to ask yourself: what strengths did I gain from this? Also, ask yourself this: how would the stronger version of myself handle this situation? Now, that's a good one because usually when we're going through something, we feel like we're at our weakest. So, shift that mindset. How would the strongest part of me handle this situation? You'll get your answer and then take action from the answer that you receive. And number five, as you've gone through all of these steps in order to turn your power into pain, in order to heal yourself out of this painful situation that you've experienced, now it's time for you to step into your new identity, step into this new you. Because whatever that pain was, you don't want to run back to it. You do not want to experience it again. But however, if you do, you'll know how to handle it to where it won't hurt you as much as it did in this moment because you're doing the work. So you will see it in a different way. You'll realize that, oh, maybe there was something I still needed to learn that I did not learn the first time. Let me take this in. Emotional alchemy is just not about healing. It's about becoming. I know we talk about healing a lot, but as you heal, you must become the best version of yourself, the better version of yourself. It's you versus you, no one else. Start showing up as the version of you that is already healed and empowered as you go through this process of turning your pain into power. It's not lying, it's just foreseeing, it's just manifesting because nobody has to know what you're doing. And as you're showing up every day as this new version of yourself, you have to consistently remind yourself. So, here are a few daily affirmations to remind yourself when you look in the mirror. I no longer identify with my past wounds. Everything that I've been through has only made me a stronger version of myself. And then the last one for the day, we're just going to do three, but you can choose and pick whatever works for you. I choose to transform and not remain stuck. So utilize daily affirmations to affirm yourself as you walk in your healing and as you walk as an empowered version of yourself. And one thing to always remember is that you are not what happened to you. None of us are. You are what you choose to become. So if you allow what has happened to you to keep you stuck in an old version of yourself, that's what you have chosen to become. But if you allow your pain to empower you in order to heal you and become an empowered version of yourself, then that is who you're choosing to become. You deserve to be the best version of yourself. And you can't allow other people's pain and toxic energy to infiltrate you and cause you to remain stuck and stagnant and low. You deserve to become the best version of yourself. And it's going to start with you turning your pain into power and doing the work that it takes in order for you to get there. I'll see you on the next video.